Good afternoon. I'm Joe Smith, the mayor of North Little Rock, and today we're having our sixth video of trying to get out information to everyone to let them know what the city's doing and how we're coordinating with the governor and the Department of Health. Just this week, the governor's announced that he's going to be relaxing the rules on restaurants for dining in. And I just want to encourage everyone to pay attention to the rules. This is phase one. And if phase one works out very well, then we could possibly go into phase two and three. So I think the restaurateurs are going to have to make their own decisions, but it's our decision to make that if we go there, that we're going to have to practice the protocol. And the protocol, of course, at that point in time is going to be to wear your mask into the restaurant until you get seated and served. So I encourage you to support our local businesses, not only our restaurants, but our other businesses, because small businesses in North Little Rock is our backbone, and we've got to support our people. We've got 200 restaurants in the city of North Little Rock, and I would think about 100 of them are actively open for curbside and drive-through and delivery. So when you want to get something to eat, really think about our local people, our local employees, and our local restaurants. You know, I want to emphasize that the only way to make this thing end quicker is to practice the protocols. So I encourage you to do that, to wear your mask, practice social distancing, wash your hands. If you can stay at home, stay at home. You know, I'm very concerned about our small businesses here in North Little Rock. A lot of our businesses are not going to be receiving federal help. So I think we're going to have to really start looking at how the city of North Little Rock can help these small businesses. There's a lot of different paperwork to do to make application for some of these grants, and it's very hard to do. We've got some trained professionals on staff, Robert Birch with my staff, and then the North Little Rock Chamber of Commerce, Todd Larson with my staff. We're going to pop up and show you some phone numbers to call if you need help in trying to go through the maze, if you will, of making application. You know, I've made my mind up this week, and we'll be working on it hopefully by next week, that I'm going to create a Mayor's Small Business Council. We will have some of the smartest minds in our city getting together trying to figure out what we can do to help our small businesses and how we can increase their chances of being successful when the economy starts back again. You know, we try so hard to get all the information out, and I hope you're watching daily the governor's press conference, which gets you the whole state and gives you a lot of information, and we try weekly to do the same thing. And this week we mailed out to everyone our quarterly magazine called North Little Rock Proud. I think we had 32,000 of them that went out, so if you have an account with an electric company or water company, you should have gotten one of these this week. There's a tremendous amount of information on the inside. It shows you restaurants that are open and serving currently. Shows you resources for our small business. Shows you our different departments and their phone numbers and emails. Some healthy tips from our Fit to Live director. So I encourage you to take some time to look at our magazine, pick up all the information you need and the phone numbers you need. We're here, we're working, we're fully staffed. We're doing fine. Your city is in great shape. We had a police officer that was tested positive, and he's now back to work. And so all is well at the police department, and the sanitation is doing great, street department's doing great. So we're doing well, providing you the services that you so deserve. And lastly, today I want to remind everybody, amongst all the many things that we're worried about, the 2020 census is so very important for the next 10 years in our city. We're going to be actively advertising and marketing that throughout the weekend. I think we're somewhere around 40 or 50% of our citizens have completed the census. I encourage the other 50% to get busy and get that in, because it makes a tremendous amount of difference in how much money that the city will be receiving over the next 10 years. So I'm going to leave you today with John Brummett had a great quote in the paper this morning, and he said, individual lives matter the most. But he said, but the survival of the economy matters the most. And the leader must calibrate and synchronize. And that makes so much sense. I know the governor's doing it. I assure you that your mayor is doing the same thing. We're trying to calibrate and synchronize. And I think we're doing a pretty good job right now. We're going to continue to work hard to make these tough decisions to rejuvenate the economy, but also keep you safe and all of our employees safe too. So with that, I'll sign off for this week, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks.